Thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. Glad you made it today. Today I'm going to be talking about CRSC, that's Combat Related Special Compensation. So first, anything with the word compensation in it, I'm going to be interested in. So with that, let's go ahead and get into it. If you want to hit that like for me, it's free, doesn't cost a penny to hit like, and subscribe is also awesome, helps to get this word out to more of us. The channel's getting good growth, so I'm really happy about that because the bigger it gets, the more of us will get this information as it'll show up in front of them as they're doing searches. So I appreciate everyone's effort on that. Many hands make light work, right? So CRSC. CRSC, Combat Related Special Compensation, is essentially an additional monetary benefit. In a way, it helps to alleviate some of the offsets that occur for retirees. Now, if you've retired and you either through, I did 20 years, 25 years, whatever, or you got a medical retirement, regardless, as long as you are receiving military retiree pay, as long as you're getting that, this is something that you should absolutely be looking into. So, also, if you're currently in the reserves, maybe you did 10 years, 15 years, whatever, active, and now you're pushing out the rest of your time as reserves, eventually you're going to retire, right? So still good information for you so you can be prepared when this time comes. So in today's world, what happens is you end up retiring and you receive your retirement from the military, and then you file your claims, or you filed your claims through the process, through the benefits delivery and discharge process, of which then you receive your rating. So you have a retirement pay and you have a VA compensation pay. What happens is if your VA compensation is less than 50%, meaning it's at 40 or 30 or 20 or 10, you're not going to receive two checks. You're going to get a offset that happens with your military pay, retirement pay. So an example would be, let's say that you have $4,000 a month of retirement pay and you have a $400 VA compensation pay. What happens is your $4,000 is then reduced down to $3,600, and they're going to leave that other $400 as tax-free. So then you're only taxed on the $3,600. So they call that a benefit. I mean, what are you getting? $3? It's not much, right? To create that offset of tax-free money from the VA's portion. So they just offset you, which is not the way you want to go, right? So really, what you want to do is you want to get over that 50% mark, because then you can have concurrent retirement pay, disability pay. So concurrent retirement and disability pay, which is CRDP, and I will do another video on that, CRDP. So back to the CRSC, which is the Combat Related Special Compensation. What happens is, for you retirees out there, or those that will be retiring, if your rating is less, like I said, you would be able to be eligible if you are, again, receiving retirement pay. The eligible conditions are anything that's really combat related, right? So you were in theater, wherever, and you damaged your whatever, and now that is a combat related condition. Now, interestingly, and this totally makes sense, service-connected conditions that are presumptive, and you have a presumptive service connection for it, also would be considered as combat related, obviously. So that makes it really easy. And to kind of, that was kind of a condensed version there. Today we have presumptive conditions, right? So these presumptive conditions are, the most commonly are going to be your Agent Orange ones, right? So all your Agent Orange presumptive conditions that have been laid out by the VA, which a presumptive condition allows you to file a claim without proving that the condition manifested from your time in service. It's just simply, I have a condition and I served here. And if those two match up with the VA, they just grant you your service connection for it. So recently, through the PACT Act, There has also been new presumptives added. Same thing with the Mission Act for Agent Orange. And then with the PACT Act, they've also included a whole list of presumptives for our whole Gulf War situation with burn pits and so forth. So a lot of respiratory stuff. So if you have any of those ailments, these are also things that you could, that would end up being what they consider combat-related conditions. So I'm going to put all the information in the description below. And in addition, one of the pieces that I saw on the DFAS website was basically, if you think you might qualify for CRSC, then apply. So, I mean, you can't get any more than that. So if you're on the fence, should I, shouldn't I, maybe, maybe not, fill out a 2-page application or what have you and shoot it in. And, obviously quality over quantity. Make sure you get all your information in there. Make sure you supply whatever supporting documentations, throw it against the wall and see what happens if you're not quite sure, right? If you know you don't qualify, don't apply to something you know you don't qualify for. If you're not receiving retirement pay, then don't bother. So again, I will go ahead and do another video on the CRDP portion, which is the concurrent retirement and disability pay, which is really kind of where you want to be. But until you get there, or if you just can't get there for some reason, and you have some combat time, CRSC is a very important benefit that's often overlooked. So I've known people who have been medically discharged and they're receiving a 30 or 40%, I can't remember off the top of my head, 30 or 40% rating, and they're just like, it is what it is, and they're moving forward, and they get their small tax break on their retiree pay, which is not good at all. So with that, I'll go ahead and thank you for watching it all the way through till here. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.